Good morning, back again. This is London's Love, Care, and Share group. Just had some tips, some health tips that could be helpful and beneficial. We want to talk about the benefits of magnesium glycinate or magnesium glycinate. It has been shown to have a variety of benefits, including the following. It has a calming effect on the brain due to the presence of glycine. It can help relieve anxiety and promote better sleep. It helps keep bones strong by maintaining healthy density. It also helps control blood sugar in people with diabetes and may lower the risk of developing diabetes. It increases the abnormal heart rhythms, decreases abnormal heart rhythms, and it decreases premenstrual syndrome symptoms. Given its gentle yet beneficial effect on the body, magnesium glycinate can be used to treat a variety of conditions according to a study published in the Journal of Pain and Relief. These include chronic pain, overall muscle flexibility, quality of health in general. Certain conditions or risks may improve with magnesium supplementation, such as fibromyalgia, according to the study published in Rheumatology International. Chronic fatigue syndrome, as reported in the study of BMC complementary and alternative medicine. Risk of stroke, heart failure, diabetes, and all-cause mortality, according to a study in MBC Medicine. Magnesium deficiency. Most people in the United States consume less magnesium than they should. Doses recommended by the American Physiological Society are 420 milligrams. I think you probably should check with your doctor. But they have it up to 500 milligrams. It's high dose. I'm trying to look at this bottle and see what it is. And there is a difference in some magnesiums because if you get you need to get the one that's biglycinate because it absorbs better and it will not cause diarrhea or stomach pain. So the magnesium, if it's not the proper one, it could help you. It also can hurt your digestive system and cause you to have diarrhea. So this is a high absorption and easy on the stomach. So you look for magnesium biglycinate, BISGLYCINATE, because it's not coated like some of the vitamins that you can buy have fillers in them, and it's not good for you. So that's the most natural, best way to go. And it really is supposed to, sometimes hypertension, you always need to check with the doctor, but of course with the hypertension is we need more magnesium. And I was reading about that, and they said African Americans especially are extremely low in magnesium. So read about it and check it out. Magnesium helps many different aspects of your health, and it's something that the body needs. Symptoms of magnesium deficiency may include loss of appetite, nausea, fatigue, tingling, and muscle cramps, and contractions, abnormal heart rhythms, damage to nerve cells, which can lead to depression. Magnesium deficiency can cause other mineral deficiencies as well, as all minerals work together at keeping the body healthy. So if you can read up on that and see that magnesium is a very, very, very important thing that our body needs. And a lot of times we are very, very low. We are deficient in magnesium. It also works with the nerves and the brains. But it also, once again, helps balance out the blood pressure, helps balance out the sugar. Well, these are some things that we need that we may not be getting from food, and it could be a great way of prevention looking forward for preventing hypertension, preventing diabetes. Some things that we need, a lot of things our bodies need that we are deficient on. And so those are some things that I have been studying on and have been using for myself. Another one I know you heard of was the vitamin D, which of course works with your immune system. And I'm looking at the information in vitamin D3 helps boost your immune system. Again, a lot of us are low in the vitamin D and vitamin D3, but especially people that have melanin in their skin, we don't get enough vitamin D. Vitamin D is called the sunshine vitamin because it's produced in our skin. These are things that's already part of us that we need more of. Actually, I've been also listening and studying on that too. And vitamin D is actually a hormone that's in the body, but they call it vitamin, I guess, for lack of better words. But it's a hormone that our body already produces. So we need that vitamin D, vitamin D3. It says your body produces vitamin D naturally when it's directly exposed to the sun. You can also get it through certain foods and supplements to ensure adequate levels of vitamin D in your blood. Vitamin D has several important functions: calcium, phosphorus, and facilitating normal immune system function, which can also help develop bones and teeth, as well as improved resistance against disease. So we need vitamin D in our bodies, and vitamin D3. I was looking at this bottle and trying to see what the milligrams are on there. It's up to 5,000. But you check and see what's good for you. But make sure what is too less and what is at least enough. At least 3,000 is what they say. That's my old-fashioned remedies, which I'm sure a lot of you may know about. I learned them from my parents. My parents were very mature, older set of people when they had us, and a lot of our parents knew, but they're both gone with the Lord right now, but they lived well up until their 90s, and they were very healthy and up most of the entire parts of their life. Well, good mind, good thinking, strong. But there's a lot of things that they knew to do for us when we were children. People that suffer with asthma, different type of breathing, things like that. I had asthma when I was a young child. Yeah, it was extremely kind of rough, and they decided they were going to treat me holistically at home, because they used to have a shot that they would give all these children, like at least once a month at the hospital. So they stopped, and they decided one thing they would do is give me the real natural cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is good for a lot of things. But just for people that suffer from breathing issues, and if you're not allergic, cod liver oil, I do know that it loosens up the phlegm in your lungs. And if you look it up, you'll see how many things that cod liver oil, things that they can do for you. But I'm just speaking from experience. They decided to stop taking me to getting these shots, these painful shots, as a little girl. And every day when I got ready to go to school, which I really didn't like this point, that before I walk out the door to school, my mother would put a teaspoon or tablespoon, probably a teaspoon of that real cod liver oil that tastes straight like fish. And I thought I smelled like fish all day. But I'm so thankful because even now I keep cod liver oil around. It helps it has many other benefits. But it does, they have them in capsules. I don't actually see them in a liquid form. You can just about order anything online if you do that kind of thing. A lot of times you can't find those things in the store, but you can probably find cod liver oil that they're in vitamin. It has vitamin D and A, and that also is for the immune system. They have them in soft gel forms. Another old-fashioned remedy that I still use, and probably many of you might have grown up with this, but the minute that they thought that we had a sniffle, they would go get that castor oil. And I know people hate castor oil. And the castor oil may not be the same as it was when I was growing up, but it still works. Well, it works for me, put it like that. So the minute I feel that I am feeling a little low, sometimes you feel a little down, it could be a sign that your resistance is down a little bit. And sometimes we don't know that. You don't know why you might be feeling a little down. So I would take a little castor oil. They gave that to us, and I don't remember missing a day out of school. I don't remember missing church or anything. If I was going down that night, I was up that morning for whatever activity that we had to do. So that old-fashioned remedy, castor oil. And so what I do now, I take just a little capful almost every day, every other day or so. Not for a laxative, but cod liver oil is a natural, what do they do to antibiotic? It's a natural in a form of fighting off infections. So if you feel like you're catching a cold, something you take, I would just take it, if it gets kind of bad, back then they would give us castor oil and castoria, which I haven't even seen castoria on the shelf. And when my mother told me, she said, well, castor oil pulls out the infection and castoria makes it come out. So this is old-fashioned talk, but sometimes you need to have some solutions here that are prevention issues that you don't hear a lot. So that's just some tips for today. Hopefully it'll be helpful. But this is London's Love, Care, and Share. And I thought maybe I should share some of that information. So that will help us to build up our immune system. So especially with this coronavirus out, that doesn't mean that we should be exposed to it. But we need a boosted immune system. We need to boost our immune system up so that it can fight. And so some of these things you don't get out of food, or maybe you can't eat that much food in a day. It seems like you'll be eating all day to get all the nutrition, along with the food that we eat, of course. We need to eat healthy and, of course, do exercise. But let's remember the cod liver oil. And this is coming from personal conversation experience. Is when I was growing up, that Dad did. Once they started giving me cod liver oil, I didn't really suffer from asthma like that. And as I got older, the issues that I had with breathing with that cod liver oil, and just getting older as an adult, I thank God I haven't had those many issues with that. And if I do feel anything a little strange, I'll go on a daily thing of doing the cod liver oil for a while, then I'll stop. But what I noticed what it does do, it removes phlegm out of your chest. So if you have any phlegm in there, if you take these for a few days or so, and the phlegm needs to come out, if there's anything in there, it needs to come out of your chest. It may be coming out of the nose, I'm not sure. But I do know this, that has been very helpful to me. So I'm speaking from experience that cod liver oil is a good supplement to help in more than one way. But I do know it helps with the if you have breathing issues, or if you're coming down, feel like it's susceptible to catch a cold. It helps with your immune system. And it's something you just you take for a while, and if you feel like you need to take a break. But so I'm just not talking. I'm talking from experience of what it has done for me. So I try to keep cod liver oil around to help boost my immune system, to help ward off the colds. And it's also good for your bones, for your teeth, for your hair, for your brain. It's so good for so many things. Some of these old-fashioned remedies you don't hear about, along with that vitamin D to help boost your immune system. You can check it out and read up on some of these things, and you'll see what it's good for. Again, magnesium. Oh, it's BIS, and I hope that it might be silent. I don't know if it's bisglycinate, but it's probably biglycinate. But it's BISGLYCINATE. There's different kinds of magnesium. Some magnesiums it's good for you, but it may harm your stomach. It might really just rip your stomach out, and you don't want to be spending time with diarrhea. But this magnesium biglycinate, which is BISGLYCINATE, it's a high absorption, and it's easy on the stomach, but it has many benefits when it comes to the blood pressure, the sugar, your nerves, your brains. And it also says that it's good to take to relax. Like some people have a hard time sleeping at night. Well, this is not a drug. It's a type of vitamin or supplement. It's something that our body already produces that we need. And they say that certain cultures are very low in magnesium. And a lot of times maybe that's why we suffer with more so with different things that we suffer with. So if you check it out, you can go online and check it out for yourself. But there are different kinds, so you want to be careful on what kind to get, because some of the places that make these things have fillers in them. So you want to get the natural, good kind. And I will say some of the things that I purchased they may be from Canada or where they may be from the United States. But I'm not going to give that information out because I don't want to get in trouble. But just do some research. But I do tell you can feel a difference in your health with getting the proper supplements that you need. And if you can't afford to expend a whole lot of money, you probably can afford to do this. I believe this bottle of magnesium biglycinate cost to me, I think it was $15 or $16, but I thought it was worth it because it absorbs. And many times we have issues with taking vitamins, but then if it doesn't absorb, it's just coming right out. It's not even going into your system. So this one has high absorption, and it's easy on the stomach. And it's said to be, it's like a herb. Well, have a blessed day. We talk about so many other things. I just thought I wanted to share this about the health tips. Maybe do some research online, or just remember things that your moms and grandparents did and their dad back in the day. Some of those things you can't find, but you can find them online. You still can find some of those things online. So all is not lost, but I do know that castor oil seems to be disappearing off the shelf. And many of those things that I used to get when I was a lot younger to help my family, some of those things I don't see anymore. But save for the internet and the research, thank God for that, we can learn a lot about things for ourselves. The vitamin D also, and the magnesium, helps with immune deficiencies and diseases as well. I have family that have immune deficiencies in different situations, and I'm real careful about I don't take anything and everything, but I research it. And some of these things we need. And in doing it, I see great differences. So all I'm saying is by experience and by doing it myself, thank God that God has things down here on earth to help us. We may not always be able to get to a doctor, and some of these things are preventions. It's preventative, so you won't have to, may not have to take extreme amounts of medicine that are chemically based, which in the long run, and some of us need it now, so I'm not saying don't take it, but if we can turn to taking better health care of ourselves, some of those things maybe can be reduced and, can be discontinued if you don't need them anymore by getting supplements that we need that are healthy, that are herbal, and that are not chemically based, that won't affect the liver, the kidneys, because those sedatives, have long time of taking those things, they settle into those areas of which, in the liver, say it's bile that produces bile, so it cleanses the things that our body doesn't need. So there's so much that's going on there, but if we can learn how to do some things at home, take care of ourselves at home, some of those other things you may not need, some of them. So I thought I would say that. Now, one other thing I do want to say, which I found out about this a long time ago, which I see is on the shelf now. They used to only have it at the health food store. If you ever feel like you're coming down with a sniffle, once again, sometimes I feel like my throat's beginning to feel like it's getting irritated, or my nose seems like it wants to run a little bit. You probably know what I'm going to say. I get that Bragg's organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Mother, unpasteurized and gluten-free. A lot of vinegars are good, but to me, this is the best. Because if you're coming down with a cold, hi Leslie Faye. If you're coming down with a cold or the sniffles, or even if you have joint pain, you need to study them. You can check this out. This has been out since 1912, but you can check it out. And I keep this in the house. And sometimes you just take a little bit. Also, it helps for your blood pressure. Now, we're not telling people to stop taking blood pressure medicine, none of that. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is this is natural. And this it's really like apple cider. Apples are very good for you. But this, once again, is Bragg's organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. If you see some, now they have it out in the stores. You used to not be able to get them in the grocery store. But now, you see it everywhere. So, grab some, and I just take a cap full and put it in a little water. I might put it in a little orange juice. But sometimes I just take it. But I do know if you're coming down with sniffles, you my family members, okay, take a little Bragg's vinegar, just a little, about a teaspoon. I'll take a capful, which is might be less than a teaspoon, but that much in a little 8-ounce cup of water. Sometimes I want to put it in something like orange juice, and guess what? Real quick, it starts taking care of that, especially people that have sinus. If I have that issue, now I'm still not saying that you don't need help from, your doctor, but there's some things that we can do at home that will help. And if we, keep busy on using these things, it could just help a lot of issues that we have at home, that you'll start feeling better, then you won't need some of those things. I do know it's good for the joints. Some good stuff. So, once again, I just thought I would come online and talk to you a little bit about, we talk about everything else, and definitely we have to talk about our God and how great He is. But now I'm talking about all these great things God has on earth for us, for our health. And I just thought I'd just reach back and give you some old-fashioned conversation on some things that you can do even if you don't like it. Now, I remember my grown kids used to give them some castor oil. Oh, no. But now, dropping off stuff and say, okay, we'll take it just in case. With all that's going on today, we need to be as healthy as we can. Our immune system needs to stay up so that it can fight. And, this is on a normal basis, but especially with what's going on today. What I've heard, and I do believe that too, that if your immune system is, and it makes sense, if your immune system is healthy and strong, it's able to fight off some things. Even if you catch it, you may be able to fight it off. Instead of being totally with the lowest immune system, it could actually kill you. And that's through, I've been doing some research, and they said many people, especially the African American, our immune systems are very low in vitamin D. And that's because of the melanin in our skin. One of the benefits of being brown is just, you already got your own tan, and it's beautiful. But we also need to build up our immune system. The sun, I remember going to the doctor. She said, oh, your vitamin D, most African Americans, she's an Indian. She's brown too. She said, yeah, we're all, especially brown people, because I said, well, I'm out in the sun all the time. She said, well, but the sun does not necessarily penetrate you enough. So, but what's just funny? They don't push the issue. They really should impress on us that we need to get some vitamin D. They'll tell you it's their job, but I've never been like, you need to get some vitamin D. It wasn't to me, and it sounded very important when she said it enough. So, after learning and reading about it, vitamin D is very important. So you need that to boost your immune system up, so you can fight. Plus, vitamin D3 is what I have. And also what I heard, I'm going to stop talking in a minute, but I just keep thinking of things. It supports immune health. It also supports bone, tooth, and muscle health. Vitamin D3, I have 5,000 IU, so maybe I will take, in the beginning, maybe I'll take it, every day. Then I'll cut it down a little bit, because that's like high dose vitamin D. And I also was checking to see, can you overdose on it? The vitamin D really is a hormone that the body produces. It's really not a vitamin. It's a hormone. And they said you cannot hardly overdose on that. But what I would do, after I take it for a while, then maybe I'll reduce it down to 3-4 times a week. Because I believe that you can take 3,000, start off with 3,000. Sometimes the doctor may even give you 2,000. But on studies again, they said those are for children. 1,000, that's for kids. So as grown adults, we need a stronger dose. Yep, you can. She said you can get natural vitamin D in the health food store. It's good. I know that's right. That's Leslie Faye saying that. Evangelist Williams. So what I did is I have the 5,000 IUs, and I'll definitely notice a change. Sometimes you may not feel that you need it until you take it and you find out, wow, I thought I felt good. Now I feel even better. But the whole thing is just watching out so that our system can fight off all the things that's going on today. And this I could not find in the store, so I had ordered this online at this dosage. I didn't find it in the store. Some things you had to, there's different ways. Pastor Faye says you can get natural vitamin D at the health food store. And she says it's good. Well, thank you for your input. Okay, this is Sunday morning. We did our Sunday morning. We're coming up soon on our Sunday morning service. But I don't know. I just felt led to share some information. I mean, we have something good. We should share it. It might help somebody else. Because somebody just might not even know that a little bit of vitamin D and a little bit of magnesium and whatever can boost your immune system and make you feel better, make you healthier, so your system can fight. These are natural things that the body already is supposed to produce reproduce. But if we don't have enough to reproduce it with, these are some supplements that can help us. You all have a blessed day. I hope that was helpful. You can go back and listen to it, and maybe you'll get something out of it. God bless you. God bless you. Evangelist Williams, and thank you for saying that we can go to get that vitamin D from the health food store. Have a blessed day. We'll be doing early morning Sunday worship at 8:30 abouts with Dr. Milburn and our singer Miss Janice. I had no idea that I was going to be on this long. Yep, she said thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. I love you all, FB family. God bless you, and you're welcome. I thought maybe we all can just get better, right? God has so many things for us we don't even know about. So God bless you, and we'll be back again. We have this real quick. We had structured this London's Love, Care, and Share. As you can see, my sweetheart faces is on there. It's my daughter Irene, my daughter Sylvia, a good friend of us, Terrace. In my face, and some of those are cancer survivors and multiple sclerosis survivors. These young people, it must have been over 5 years ago, decided, well, we got to get this thing together. I met so many people while my daughter was going through cancer and its treatment, and I met a lot of people that had that disease. That Miss Terrace, she has that. She's had many surgeries, but she's here and she can testify. God is an awesome God, so we give all the glory to God. But I said, boy, we need to do something. So we're like this little support group. We got to do something. Sometimes we'll do a TV show like this. But here's another way that we can talk about healthy, holistic things that can maybe in prevention or keep you strong, help you fight, and help you feel better. So this is why we have the London's Love, Care, and Share. If you haven't seen it before, it's been out for over 5 years. And we used to do TV shows about it. But I guess now we'll be doing this on Facebook too. It's just another show, but it's about information. And maybe I can get some of these people to come online and talk about what they've been through, just to encourage you, let you know you can make it. You can make it out. You know what? And God is always the number one that's involved. The healing came through Jesus Christ. And God bless us also to pray for those doctors and whoever that we deal with. We go in prayer. So when you go to the doctor, because sometimes you have to go in there praying. You got Jesus. Go in there praying and ask God to lead and guide. And we're to the point where we're touching and agreeing with the doctors. And if God needs to touch them and bless their minds so they can do the right thing, or whatever, be led to do the right thing for that particular situation, God will do it. Can't keep God out of none of these conversations, huh? Nope. So, but just to explain what this London Love, Care, and Share, if you haven't seen it a lot, we're going to start doing more. I got more stuff for you folks. God is good. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.